What is up, people? It is me, Monster58, and welcome back to another video review. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Transformers Reactivate 2-pack, this time focusing on Optimus Prime. This is a two-pack that I've been looking forward to for a fair bit of time because obviously I am very excited for the Reactivate game. But the other reason is because looking at the figures, these guys look absolutely fantastic, especially in the promotional photos and stuff that we got of these guys. But I do find it a bit strange, like many, that this isn't in like Studio Series or something like that. I don't know if we'll eventually get the Reactivate stuff in the Studio Series, but from what I've seen, we might, or that we will, who knows. But for now, the Reactivate figures are limited to sort of their own line. When it comes to these two, today, again, like I said, we're focusing on an Optimus Prime, but taking a look at the box here, we'll just focus on the Prime stuff. Obviously, you can see the Reactivate logo right here. You can also see Optimus Prime here. Very nice Optimus Prime. Then his picture right here, and then you can see some nice artwork of Prime there on the back. And then your obligatory product shots of Prime transforms in 37 steps. And then you do have some screenshots of the game. That's pretty cool, and I do think Prime looks good. Again, we'll go over Soundwave when we actually do the review for Soundwave, but for the time being, actually, well, there's Reactivate there on the top as well, but that's really about it for the box, and there's really not much else to talk about. So without further ado, let's get this guy out of the box and see actually how he is. Alrighty, folks, here we have the Transformers Reactivate Voyager class Optimus Prime, and I gotta say, in vehicle mode, this guy looks absolutely amazing. And as you can see, you can store his weapons here on the side. You can store his Ion Blaster there, as well as his Energon X there on the side as well. So taking a look at those, we'll remove those. Very nice Ion Blaster, obviously very nicely inspired by the original G1 cartoon. Some decent molded in details all around. Let's see, will this focus? There we go. Got some nice focus there. But yeah, you can see decent molded in details. Oh, well, no. Focus or let's see full. There we go. Got some nice focus. You can see some decent molded in details there. All around looks very nice. You have the handles there. You got the peg there that pegs in onto the side there of Optimus Prime. You can see this peg hole right here. And then obviously you have some more, you have the handle right here as well. So very nice overall. Very nice Ion Blaster. And then quickly taking a look at the Energon X. Very similar. All right, sorry about that, folks. I have like an ambiance video going on behind me on my TV, so it had a stupid ad, so that ended up playing. So my apologies for that. But we do have the nice Energon axis. You can see some nice transparent plastic, the orange, and the some nice molded in details there. Nice details for the handle, and then this side is obviously just the peg hole, which is where that this inserts again on the other side of the truck mode, so you can see that. But taking a look at the actual truck mode. The truck mode looks really good. As you can see, you do have a nice Autobot logo right here. You got some nice molded in details, silver paint. You got some nice details here. You got some battle damage here, but it really feels like, as you know, shown in the game, this sort of post-apocalyptic Earth, and the only way to fight against whatever aliens they're fighting against is for the humans and the other Transformers, the Autobots and Decepticons, to actually team up to fight this new threat. But you can see like this sort of serrated edge bumper, which I think is really cool. I think that that's a very nice touch, but it still is a very clean vehicle mode overall. You can see some more nice silver paint, transparent for the plastic. You can see a little something in there. Again, nice silver paint here, some nice molded in details across the board. Very nice rims. You can see that he's got silver for the rims as well as black for the tires, so very nice there. Going around here, all around, just an extremely well detailed vehicle mode, and I really don't have any major qualms with it. A nice silver for the smokestacks as well. Again, just a very nicely done vehicle mode, and I can't really say anything else about it. So overall, fantastic looking at this thing. So for a quick comparison, we're going to, well, set Optimus Prime here off to the side. And here he is with his two-pack brother, and here he is with Soundwave in his vehicle mode. Now, keep in mind, Voyager Deluxe. So there is a size difference. You guys can definitely see that when you're looking at it like this. There is a very big size difference even when you do this. You can definitely see the size difference between these guys. It is rather apparent. I'll zoom out a little bit so you guys can see that. There you can see a very significant size difference between these two, but overall still extremely well done. And I think that the scale works very nice, especially considering obviously we have Soundwave here as a deluxe, and this is meant to be a Voyager scale Optimus Prime. Alright, getting into it finally, let's get into the transformation. And when it comes to the transformation, it is complicated in a way, but it's also not too bad. I find this to share a lot of things with other Optimus Prime figures, but that results in an absolutely fantastic robot mode, as we shall see. So, to start off here, what I like to do is you can untab these sections here on both sides like so. And then what you can do is you can essentially take this top part, well, these sides, and start to wiggle them off. That's what I like to do. Start to wiggle these off a little bit. Just help separate everything and start to loosen everything. And that should also just give enough clearance for you to sort of untab this part like so and rotate it up. And then after this, what I like to do is you can start on the legs. So when it comes to the legs, what we'll do here is we'll sort of rotate this down so you can get it out of the way. Split the legs. Now to do one leg, all you have to do is first untab or rotate this out, and then untab and rotate this. Oh, my apologies. Unfold this part from the bottom. As you can see, there's a tab right there, and there is a hole right there. And all you have to do is accordion this and rotate it around like so. By the way, unravel the foot there from the center of the truck, and then fold that down, fold this down, and you essentially have one of his legs. So again, all you have to do this, fold this out, rotate this and accordion it, and fold that out as well. Tab that into place, rotate this down, and then fold that down, and then you have his legs basically finished. Now from here, this is where the transformation in my opinion gets a little annoying, because all of this, the clearance really isn't all that great. So what I like to do is sort of take the arms, or excuse me, take the front here, and then untab this, and then pull this out like so. Whoops, kind of folded in the bumper there, but untab this and rotate it out. And then what you can do is you can take the arms, and then you can essentially unravel them like so, rotate them around, do the same thing on this side, take this section, and essentially just sort of wiggle it out like this. Again, the tolerances and clearances aren't the best, so that's the only major issue I have with the transformation. But from here, everything is actually really, really freaking easy. So take the chest, or what will become the abs, and then you can just untab this. Then take these two sections, and then fold this down and rotate each in like that. Like so, so you do have something like this. Then from here, all you have to do, right here at the top, so at the top of his chest, you take these two panels, and then you just fold them in. Very similar to a lot of Optimus Primes, then just rotate this around. Take this entire section, and then what you'll do is accordion it down like this, like that. And then what you'll do is essentially, you'll notice there's a tab right there on the inside, and then all you got to do is tab this right here, in this hole. And then now I gotta actually change the camera angle and zoom out a bit. Set this guy off to the back a little bit. Then from here, very, very simple. So all you got to do, take the arm, fold this all the way down, like so. And then all you have to do is, because the elbow's here, rotate this and then rotate the fist. So it's like this. Make sure the arm is out. Again, all you have to do is rotate this around, fold this down, then rotate this around again, and then I have to do rotate the fist like that. Then take the head, and what you'll see from here on the back, just rotate it. Oops. Can't really see that super well. So the head was like this. So all you got to do is push it up, and then it'll tab right into place like that. And then now this back section is a little confusing for some people, but I don't find it too crazy. Take this section here, and then you just got to fold, fold, fold. Rotate these around, like completely around like this, so that they're on the inside now, like this. And then what you'll notice is that those two tabs that you saw, so this tab and this tab, will peg in to those little slots there on either side. Just gotta rotate that up, tab that into place, and then sort of straighten this guy out a bit. Oops. And ladies and gentlemen, here we have the Transformers Reactivate Voyager class Optimus Prime in his absolutely gorgeous looking robot mode. And guys, when it comes to Optimus Prime, this is an incredibly good looking Optimus Prime. And obviously, it takes a lot of engineering from other Optimus Primes in the past, but you cannot deny the absolute gorgeous look that this guy has. And even if you don't like the battle damage, it's pretty much hidden because all of that battle damage is essentially right here. But it's covered up by everything else. Looking at his back profile, there's literally nothing. Like, there's literally nothing. No major backpack besides this, and it's not even that obtrusive at all. It makes for a very clean silhouette. And then taking a look, that head sculpt is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at that. That is fantastic for an Optimus Prime. It's a great take on the G1 aesthetic while sort of modernizing it and making it a bit unique for, the game or whatever. Very, very cool. I love it all the way around. I think it looks fantastic. You got obviously the Autobot logos, very nice chest, very nice abdomen details right there. Decent molded details for the drab gray even. Going down here to the legs, you can see some more nice molded details. The silver here also pops. I think you can see more here on the side. And more of that detail that you saw throughout the vehicle mode comes out in robot mode. Just looks really, really good overall. And I cannot deny how good this guy looks because yeah, this is a fantastic figure. What I'll say is when it comes to this figure too, if you guys had that original Classics Prime, I'll throw a picture of the one I'm thinking about on screen right now. If you have that, this is honestly a great modern replacement. Even if you don't care about the game, this is a great modern replacement for that figure, in my opinion. I think it sort of fixes gives that same vibe. It's a chunky Optimus Prime, but this is what Optimus Prime is, and I think it looks really, really good this way. And so overall, when it comes to Optimus Prime here in his robot mode, absolutely fantastic, and there's really, really nothing crazy I have to say that isn't good about this guy. Really, really solid stuff. So, for a quick comparison, we'll set this guy off to the side right here real quick. Alrighty, folks, here we have him with his two-pack partner in crime, Soundwave. And as you guys can see, especially in comparison to the promotional photos they used, I thought Soundwave was going to be this tall. I thought he was going to be the size of Optimus Prime. But a Deluxe versus a Voyager, you can definitely see the size difference here. Now, when it comes to the actual game, obviously hasn't been released yet, so I can't tell you how accurate this is. But the other thing that might get a lot of people is obviously in the original G1 cartoon, Soundwave was generally pretty much the same size as Optimus Prime as well as Megatron, maybe just a tad bit shorter. So for this, it might be a bit jarring to people, but I think this is fine, and I think it works out very, very well. I don't know. I'm okay with this scale. Some people may not. Some people may be. Again, this is personal preference, but I am actually perfectly fine. Also, this is a very solid Soundwave design overall. But yeah, I think these two scale well together, and I think that those promotional photos just kind of threw us off a little bit with the perception of how actually big was Soundwave. So, solid scale overall. Alrighty, folks, let's get into the accessories. Very, very cool stuff. So first off, what I'm actually going to show here is the Matrix of Leadership, as I showed you guys in vehicle mode, and teased it in vehicle mode. So when it comes to his Matrix, it's right there in his chest. You can see it, and you can open up his chest like so, and then you can reveal the Matrix, and then we can just very quickly take that out. Not too bad to take this thing out. So, taking a quick look at this matrix here, you can see very, very solid overall. Let's see if we can get this to focus. There we go. Very, very nice overall. The transparent plastic, nice sort of orange there. And then you can see the nice silver. Not crazy, but very, very nice overall. And I'm glad that they included this because clearly this is probably going to be in the game. But what I'm saying is the fact that they added this, it didn't even need to be necessary, but they did. And that's really, really cool. And that's why I'm also saying that as a classics replacement, I think this is a fantastic figure to do that with. So to easily put that back in, so coming here to the chest, all you got to do, just put that back in like so, and you just got to close up the chest. And other than that, very, very cool for them to add the actual Matrix of Leadership into this version of Optimus Prime. And then for his other accessories, obviously you can take his gun and then you can put it in his hand. Now my gun has an issue where on either hand, it just doesn't like staying in there all that well. It looks really good. You can see this looks fantastic, but if you sorry about that, guys. Stupid ads again. I hate the mid-roll ads for these, but I don't know. It just like if I just do this, like usually with other figures, like you can do this and it'll be fine. But if you just yeah, you can see it. It just it just falls off relatively easy. Like let me grab Soundwave again. Like look at this. Yeah, this guy's fine. You can see that's perfectly fine. So I'm not sure exactly why. The peg just doesn't seem too long because it's pretty short. As you can see, I think it's just not long enough to hold in his hand. But it still looks really, really nice. The other thing when it comes to the axe, very, very simple as well. You just got to put it on like this. But when you're trying to get him into poses, obviously this is the end of the axe you would want to hit with. So trying to like do this looks really ugly. Like there's no cover. I wish this worked more like Battle Trap's Wrecking Ball, like that he came with for Rise of the Beasts. I don't know. It just looks really, really weird for to do something like this. I just think it's. I wish that there was a cover to the other side of this. It still looks good, but it's just it kind of looks weird when it's like this. And even when you have it in this hand, let's put this in the other hand. It just yeah, you can see what I'm saying. It just kind of looks weird to me. I don't know about you guys, but I think that just looks weird to me. And then when you're trying to, again, putting it like this, it just doesn't look right because, like, the idea is the illusion of Prime, you know, the axe coming out of his arm, but this doesn't give that illusion because you can just clearly see the peg hole and there's no cover. That's my only other major issue with, like, the accessory side of things. I just wish this was a little more well made. Other than that, though, it looks really good. Again, it looks a bit weird with this end being on the inside instead of being on the outside. You know, if you think I obviously you can turn the fist and that'll help out. Like this helps out a lot because this is obviously how you would probably use the axe. But you guys get what I'm saying. Just kind of weird how they designed it. I just wish there was a cover on the other side. But from there, the accessories, obviously the last thing to do is the articulation, and this guy is an absolute treat when it comes to articulation. So, for the head, you do have it on the ball joint, so you can get some side to side here, and then you can obviously get the full 360. Then you can get a decent bit of down, not too crazy, and then you can get a bit up. Let me actually set this guy back a little bit up, down, up. When it comes to the shoulders, they do a full 360, and then you do have out, you do have a little bit of in, upper bicep rotation, and then 90 degrees at the elbow, and then obviously, like I just showed you, you do have full wrist articulation, both due to transformation, as well as using it for like the poses for the axe. There's not much ab crunch, actually none at all, but this for some reason now mine's a bit loose, so it doesn't like to stay. So it's a faux ab crunch, I guess, but not really. You do have full waist articulation, which is always very, very nice. It just sometimes this little bit hits, but other than that, legs will kick forward about that far. They will kick back about that far. They will more than 90 degrees at the knee, and then you do have some pretty wicked ankle articulation because of transformation. So you can, for the most part, get this guy in the splits like so. You can see that. Yeah, you can see you can do some pretty very, very cool splits with this guy because of how well he is articulated. So, oh yeah, last thing. I'm sorry, I forgot this. You do have upper thigh rotation as well. But yeah, overall, when it comes to posing this guy, I mean, there is pretty much nothing that this guy can't do, and I'm really, really happy that this guy poses as well as he does because I think it's an absolutely fantastic figure. Alright guys, finally, let's get into the reverse transformation, which is kind of just as not bad, but it's just a little as complicated as obviously the transformation to robot mode. Again, it's not bad, it's just there's some clearance stuff that I wish was a little more worked out so that it didn't feel bad that you were like forcing some stuff. But getting into it, obviously let's straighten him out, get everything straightened out. Like so, everything straight. Now let's start off with the legs. So to do the legs, what I like to do is start off by lifting the arms up so that you can get them out of the way. And then what you do is just take these sections on the back, you untab them, rotate them around, and then you just take the entire section of the leg and rotate it around. Now what you can do is take the foot, then you can fold it out, fold it here, and then you can see this whole groove right here fits perfectly into this part of the leg. So you just gotta fit that right in, fold this back down, and then fold the gas canister in, and then you do have one leg finished. Then again, so to do it on this side, all you have to do is to take this section on the back, unfold it, rotate this all the way around, unfold the foot, take that all the way around as well, like this, then just fold that in like that. Take this, fold it down, fold the gas canister in, and then just tab these two into place. And you are pretty much done with the legs. Just straighten them out, and you're all good. Now for the back here, untab this section, rotate these all the way out, like that. Then you can take this section, accordion it out, and then fold this all the way out as well. Take this section, rotate it down, and accordion it, and make it slot so that these two parts of the feet slot in between the sides of the truck. What you can do is sort of lay it down and straighten it out, and then you can just tab these in. So there's tab holes both on either side, and then there's tabs on both of these. So all you got to do is make sure it's rotated all the way down, and then just tab these into place like this. Now for the upper part of the body. Well, it kind of did it for me already. Rotate this out. Undo this, flip this up, take the bumper, unfold these. Now this is where the clearance kind of sucks. When you're rotating this around, this part likes to bump in, so arguably you can just leave this out for a second and then rotate that down and then peg this in. I just like to peg it in to line everything up. But yeah, there you go. You can do that. And then same thing here. You can just quickly untab this, rotate this all the way around, and then tab this back into place. And then when it comes to the front here, all you got to do is you can see you just got to tab these together like so. Then take this part of the chest. Now when it comes to the chest, do this, rotate that out, fold these out as well, and keep this here like this. This will be the last thing you do. So from here, all you got to do, take the head, and then you just got to untab it and rotate it down so that it's as far back as it will go like this. Then for the fists, you want to rotate them, in my opinion. Well, you can have them in a decent different ways, but so that the fist is facing this part, like the bottom of the fist is facing the top part of the forearm. Same thing here. And what you can do is take these sections and obviously fold them out and then rotate them around like so. And then I like to do the same thing here. So take these sections, fold them down like that, and then rotate it around like so. And then from here, what you can do is you can try your best. So rotate these down and then sort of tab this into place like so. And then what you do is you will fold this in like this. Let me lower the camera so you guys can see this a bit better. Take this in like so, and then you can just rotate it around and sort of push this in to make sure that, again, this is up. And the same thing here, sort of rotate this around like so. Now that came a little bit undone. Rotate this around and then sort of push this all the way in. And then what you'll notice is that there are tabs here on either side, and then there's also tab holes on the insides of these. So you just got to do your best to sort of slot this all in and then just push it all together like this. And then finally, all you got to do, take this section, fold it down. It should be enough to clear. Oops, a little bit more there. Should be enough to clear. And then all you have to do is they'll tab, these little hooks will tab into those plates right there. So that's about it. So here we finally have, well, obviously, so you can take these and then you can just tab them in on the sides like this if you'd like to. Do the same here, tab that in on the side. And there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have the Transformers Reactivate Voyager class Optimus Prime back in his truck mode. Alright, and so guys, for my final and concluding thoughts on the Transformers Reactivate Voyager class Optimus Prime from the Soundwave Optimus Prime 2-pack, this guy is brilliant. He is fantastic. The truck mode looks absolutely gorgeous. The transformation is equally just as okay. It's just a little frustrating in some parts when it comes to the clearance issues, but other than that, the transformation is innovative. It's interesting. It does take engineering from previous primes, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? The other thing when it comes to the robot mode, gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It is very pretty. It looks like Optimus Prime, but it's a great spin on the original G1 look to make it adhere to the aesthetic of the game. I do like the battle damage is hidden on the robot mode from the vehicle mode, so for those of you who don't like it, you don't have to really worry about removing it. Again, in the vehicle mode, I do like how it's sort of a rugged version of Optimus Prime because it's like a post-apocalyptic Earth. Overall, I think this is a fantastic figure, and I certainly recommend you go pick this up. So for a score out of 10, I gotta say that this figure will probably get a 9 out of 10. The only reason I'm taking a point off is because of those clearance issues, as well as some of the issues I have personally with the accessories. But other than that, this figure is great. Articulation's great, paint's great, looks great, rolls great, vehicle mode looks great. Like, I have nothing more else to say that's good about this figure, or else I'll be going on and rambling and repeating myself. So, if you guys want to pick yours up, I will leave a link in the description to Big Bad Toy Stores. You guys can pick this up. I will also leave a link on Hasbro Pulse to see if those are also up. And I will see if Amazon also has a link to this so you guys can pick this up. I definitely recommend you do pick this guy up now. Don't wait till later, because this is the only way to get this Optimus Prime, this Soundwave, as well as the Bumblebee, as well as Starscream figures. So definitely go pick up those 2-packs, because those are the only ways you're going to get those figures for the time being. And I believe they stated they have no necessary plans to release them in Studio Series for the time being. So that's about it, guys. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please comment, like, rate, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also, follow me on the socials. Those are linked in the description below. And with that, guys, I thank you guys again so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I will catch you all in the next one. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.